Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. I'm reading for February 9th through the 15th. We do have a full moon coming. Now, remember, these are general readings, may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. Enjoy yourself a little bit with these, laugh a little bit, maybe question a little bit also. Now, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to God, Source, Jesus, asking whatever needs to come through to be delivered and let the message be delivered. I am a messenger. So, let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Oh, let's go on and I will tell you what cards I'm going to be using. This is the overview. I will be doing the individual astro readings a little bit later after this. I'm doing this on the 3rd of February, so I may be getting them all out today, or they may come out tomorrow. This one will be posted today. Anyway, let's go on to which cards I'm going to be using, and let's see, for the main readings, I am going to use my Archangel Power Tarot cards. These are Radley Valentine decks. Why I like Radley Valentine decks is that his numbering system for the major arcana predates 1908. So I did always feel a good resonation with these. Resonating with these. Anyway, so this is the Power Archangel Power Tarot cards. This is an older version of the Guardian Angel Tarot cards. He's got a new version out. It's a little bit simpler. These are a little bit wordy, but I do like them. I will use my, who is this now? My Emily Anderson crystal deck. I will pull that out. Now I will also, let's see, I should probably do another deck too. I will go back to I think I'll go back to the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle too. So just be aware that will be coming. We do have that full moon up and it's in Leo, and this one, basically this is the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards, Yasmin Boland, Lori Mena. And for Leo, the full moon tells us to go wild. So we could be in for some wild times. Any time that we have a full moon is always an interesting time. Now, for this reading, I will be doing, let's go back here. I will be using my Angel Tarot cards. I love these because I love how they can cross-reference, not that deck. I love how they cross-reference the major arcana. So we will be using that. And I love the whimsy of the fairy tarot cards. Now, Sagittarius Denise asked me a question, and I had to kind of go and take a look at it. She asked me, what was the woman carrying on the 8 of Michael? Now, in this deck, and this is the deck that I'm going to be using, this is the Archangel Power Tarot cards. So 8, unlimited opportunities and possibilities. Michael is the air energy, so Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So here she is. This is usually a feeling of being trapped, and the opportunity to leave is actually your own. You just have to get up the gumption and make the move. So what she has, and this tells you can be free, make a courageous choice, and it is a choice to change your situation. Not seeing things clearly. Sometimes we can't make the choice right away, but we can also start planning that choice. So she was asking, what is in her hand? We can see that there is some rope there, and it's actually very, the thing that's interesting is because in other cards you can see somebody bound by the ropes very, very loosely, and they can slip the rope off. Here it is, and it's actually, put together very, very nicely. There is the manacles or shackles that has been gone. That is now gone. She is not wearing shoes, so she has taken that off. She has opened her, the gate has opened for her. Now the question was, what is she holding? It looks like a blue cloth. I would say that that is her blindfold. She has taken the blindfold off. So I hope that answers your question, Denise. I did even go back to the book to see if if it was something different, and it is not. So there's a lot of color out here too. I love the pink flowers, and she is looking up, and many times, I will tell you, many times I have gotten out of some weird situations because of prayer, because of faith, because of miracles. I believe in miracles. I have had miracles happen. So anyway, those are the decks that I will be using, but let's go on to that one, the two websites I like, because the one website last time, the dates were a little bit off, but let's see what we've got here. Now, flip. But I do like how he puts them in order. So here we go. So the ninth Mercury, which is in Aquarius right now, is going to be joining with Aquarius. So Mercury in Aquarius is joining the sun that's in Aquarius at 21 degrees. Now, not all of these will correspond with the major arcana, but this does correspond with the world card. The world says, things are happening. You have come to an end of your journey. Congratulate yourself. Get ready. Rest a little bit before things start moving again. Mercury is about it's about communications. It's about electronics. Very, very fast energy. So there could be, in Aquarius, the sun and Pluto in Aquarius, all of this stuff is very rebellious energy. I've talked about this enough to say the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was in that 1777 to 96 or something like that. A lot of revolutionary ideas. Not necessarily, it does not mean that it's going to be, like battles and stuff, except that maybe, but maybe there will be some things that we have to fight for. But there was the Industrial Revolution, the start of that. There was the American Revolution. There was the French Revolution. I think Haiti and I think Ireland had some revolutions. So there was that. There was revolutions in art. There was revolutions in science. Actually, Uranus was actually discovered, and it had always been there, but Uranus was discovered during this time too. So there was new ideas and new starts happening. So we could have some more of that energy, and we will be having this energy until, what is it? What did I say? 2044, 45. So there's going to be a lot of this energy going forward. Now we have the 12th on the 12th, and the 12th would be your, the 9th actually would be, going back to the 9th, if we're going to major arcana, that would be our hermit energy. That would be our Raziel, stepping out and really kind of thinking things through, connecting with God energy. The 12th would be kind of our hanged man energy, seeing things a little bit different, doing things a little bit different. A new paradigm is emerging. So that we have our full moon, 24 degrees. So 2 is our prince, as our high priestess. 4 is our emperor energy. So we have that 2 plus 4 would become our lover. Our lover's energy, the 6, in number of man. So the full moon is in Leo because that's what happens. We're in Aquarius season. Leo is is its balance, air, fire, air. So we have that Leo energy moving forward, pushing us forward. So Leos, this is a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time for anyone, but it's a wonderful time, especially for Leos, to make things happen. Now, whenever we have the full moon, it is going to be opposite. So it's going to oppose. So it's opposing the sun in Aquarius. Now the full moon is also opposing Pluto in Aquarius. So there could be some really interesting, as in fiery type of energies going on with that. Remember Pluto, we have our Phoenix energy. We have our transformation energy. We have our, we go under, it's kind of like the, going into the underworld, the under earth, Hades, things like that, and then coming up into the world again. So there's a lot of transformative energy with this. Leos are not going to back down. Leos are going to push forward. So there could be some very pushing you out of your comfort zone energy. And also too, I feel like this is going to be one of these times where we just can't keep our mouths shut and we have to speak truth into this world. Now remember, I know a lot of people will say that's your truth and my truth. Their truth is truth, and sometimes, it can be hard to hear and sometimes it can be hard to say. But now we have it trining. Trining is actually a very good connection with Venus in Aries. Aries, also a fire sign. Venus is very get up and going in Aries right now. Very loving in Aries too. And now we do have Mars in Cancer, and that's going to be that's going to go direct on the 24th. So it is becoming a little bit more stationary because it is retro right now, so it's slowing down and it's a little more stationary. And when something's stationary, there's a little bit more of a emphasis. And Venus and Aries. So it's funny because Mars is Aries, Venus, with Cancer. Cancer is also, your home, very spiritual, very loving, but also very protective energy too. So interesting times with this. So it's sextiling. Sextiling is a looser connection, but it's still a connection with Jupiter and Gemini. Jupiter is the planet of good, or in the sign of good fortune. It's in Gemini. Gemini is a very creative energy. So there could be some creative stuff going on too. Creative truths coming out too. Now this is what I find interesting. It is squaring off with Uranus in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus has been making really interesting times for Leo energy. And it has been really making some changes with its work situation, with its career, with Leo's career situation. So now the full moon squares off with Uranus, and it's kind of like, I'm standing firm. Uranus is out there too. They're kind of in each other's face. Taurus is that earth energy. Uranus is expect the unexpected. Leo saying, bring it on, Uranus, because I am so ready. I am ready to really rock your world. So Leo energy is going to be a little bit stronger, pushing forward with this Uranus right now. Okay, so now we have Pisces, and he says 12th star of the zodiac, hands of destiny. We're not in Pisces just yet, but we are having planets and signs going into Pisces. Pisces, the 12th sign, is the one that carries the weight of all of the other signs. Pisces is the one that, we can't really get a clear picture because we have the two fishies, the one that goes up and is a little more optimistic. We have the umbilical cord. We have the other one that's going down. Now remember, Neptune, which is, Neptune, Pisces, they're hand in hand, is in that deeper element. But those two, Neptune will be changing over. Not quite yet, though. So we do have Mercury entering into Pisces. So there could be some really... This is where you're going to be kind of shocked with whatever the news is that comes out. It's going to be if we have, because I look at Mercury as really kind of a spokesperson energy, and it's going into Pisces, and I feel like hidden secrets will be coming out. Okay, now that one is the-astrologer.net. Now let's go over to my horoscope.astro-seek.com. So we can see some of the times that this will be happening. This is considered New York time, Eastern time. So on the 9th, we have the conjunction of Mercury at 7:07 a.m., 12th at 8:53 a.m. for the full moon. We have 7:07 a.m. for Mercury entering into Pisces. So, remember with that full moon, the full moon, I'm always telling people to, 3 days before, 3 days after, this is the time to release, relinquish, and request. Make your, put it down on paper, say it out loud. Now, again, I do not worship the moon. I believe it to be a divine creation. And I have always, since I was a little girl, kind of looked up and talked to God through this. Okay, so let's see what we have, but release, relinquish, and request 3 days before, so maybe starting on the 6th. I'm sorry, this is the 12th. So starting on the 9th, and actually then going into the 15th. Okay, card has fallen out. Let me go pick it up. Okay, there we go. When cards fall out, they want to be seen. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, another card is falling out. I did catch it, though. Here we go. One more card. One more card. Let's see what we've got going on. Oops. Did something flip? No, did not flip. When they flip too, that's another way they want to come out. They want to come out and play higher power. What else is going on for this world? Here we go. Okay. All right, so let's see. One of these is reversed. I don't know which one. All right, so we have a 5. 5 is about change, 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 change. Good, bad, doesn't matter. We have fire energy, which is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Remember what I say, Venus is in Aries. Full moon in Leo, passionate, burning, determined. There is also, it's connected with not Jophiel, Jeremiah. And then this is also connected with 20, 10, 10, transition, transition. 20 has, what is that to do? What do they call it in this card? I'm going to have to look that up a second. Hold on a second. Okay, so I actually pulled out the book because I did remember as I did this, it's the Judgment card, but that's more in the Waite Rider deck. So this is connected with what is called the Renewal card. And it's Archangel Jeremiah, known for helping you to review your situation. What I love is that this is more the meaning of, now this is the major arcana that it's connected. And it says, this is your time. You can be anything you want to be. You can fulfill any dream. However, as with any quest, you'll need to be able to clearly visualize what you want to go. Okay, so there's a little bit more to it, but I thought that's an interesting thing, and I wanted to read that to you because the 5 means that there's a lot going on. The 5 of fire is there is a whole lot going on. Remember I told you about speaking truth, and it's not necessarily my truth, your truth. It's truth is truth is truth. And you know, sometimes we can go along with what others do believe, or we may keep our mouths shut. Remember my one thing where where I talk about businessman goes to, I know I'm going to go off on a tangent here. Businessman goes to the wise man. What is the secret of peace and happiness? Wise man says to the businessman, never argue with fools. Businessman says, I don't agree. Wise man says, you are right. So this is one of those times where it may be very prudent to just not argue with fools. There may be some conflicts that are arising, busy energy going on here. And again, this will talk about conflicts with others caused by opposing opinion. And I remember what I talked about Mercury. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Very ambitious people. But remember, Jeremiah, this has to do with renewal. There is a lot riding here. This is your time. This is your time. But be very clear. And again, with the full moon, be very clear on what it is you want. Now here we go, reversed. We have another 5. So this is a 5 of Earth. So we have a couple of change energies here. Now this is also connected with Sandalphon, and this is connected with the Hierophant energy, or the wise teacher energy. So this is, again, there is some government worrying, because Sandalphon in the Hierophant is always about the business of business, the business of government, the business of religion, the business of whatever it is that wants to make some control energy over us. So the 5, again, change. Earth energy is that Taurus, that Virgo, and Capricorn. Remember, Uranus and Taurus will be opposing that full moon. So there's going to be some friction there. Money, job, career. Now we have Sandalphon here. We have, here's this woman, elderly woman, sitting there, not quite sure if her shoes has holes in them or if they're decorated or if they're just sandals in itself. But she's sitting there. She looks like she's mourning, but yet she is being comforted. She is being comforted, and there is a cat to sit next to her. And those are those daylilies around her. So, that would mean like rebirth, renewal. So negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges. Fears surrounding money. Reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing to become self-employed. This is one of those times where it's basically, even though we're really, really busy, we have to keep our thoughts in a higher plane. We have to keep our thoughts in a hopeful plane. We have to keep our thoughts believing in prayer, meditation. We need to have our thoughts believing in miracles, okay? We have to know that whatever this is, it's only going to be a short period of time. But There is a government aspect to this. There is a law and order, rules and regulation aspect to it too. And, and basically, are we following, this is going to be man's laws and order as opposed to God's laws and order, okay? So we have a little bit of a conflict during this weekend. It's going to feel really kind of like it's pulling and stretching us all each way around, just making us, it's just going to make us feel a little uncomfortable. So stand steady, stand strong. Let go. Okay, so now we have a 3. We have a 3 of air. 3, even though it's on this card, is actually a celebration, celebration creation. It's the power of 3. We have air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Thought processes, thinking things through, making plans. So this is that one where, if you do watch The White Rider, there's a couple of cards I do like, and one of that is this one, the 3 of Swords. There's this beautifully healthy red heart with these swords sticking out of it. The gray is past you, okay? The rain is past the heart. And if you look at the heart, it's not bleeding. It's not hemorrhaging. It is intact, and it's actually a very healthy heart. It does have wounds in it, and we can't take that out. We can't make the past different from what the past is. So now we have this with Azrael, which is also 13. Some cards will say transformation. Some cards will say another kind is renewal again. This is also considered this is connected with the death card. And the death card says something has to end before something has to begin. But something has to, maybe with this one, it's kind of telling you, you have to be the one to let it go. You have to let it go, and you have to move on, okay? So this says, great sadness that will heal with time. Let go of the past. Personal growth that comes from challenges, healing misunderstandings, being there for those in need. Now, sometimes, and Azrael is such a loving energy to help transition through changes. So we have 553, 355. Interesting in itself, all of these. But, this is kind of like, the rough time is now over. You got to let that go, move on into that future, okay? Sometimes I'll say it's like, a woman who's carried a child and now has, is in labor, it goes through birth, and now, so at the end of birth, usually, and I hope that that's the case for all, usually it's the joy of the birth. So something has to end in order for something to be born, okay? So let's see what else we might have here. Okay, now this one, oh, no, these are all flipped over. Okay, let's do this. Okay, higher power. What else do you want to say? We got 2 cards flying out. What else do you want to say for what's going on in the world? And again, I think this one's the one that's reversed, but let's see. No, this one is. All right. So this is a page. Page's underlying energy. Court cards have 2 energies. That's how I read them. Underlying energy for a page is Earth, and this is Earth, okay? Money, job, career. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Remember what I told you, Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus. Now, Uranus is in Taurus just for a short couple of more months, and then it will go, what was it, June, July will go into Gemini, and that in itself will bring its own interesting times. But this is about money, job, career. Now, we do have a rabbit there. Rabbit usually brings about some fertility, brings about some new, something new. We have a plant that's growing. We have our books. We have our student, our scholar, who looks pretty comfortable with their knowledge. And usually when you have the Page of Pentacles, Page of Earth come up, it's generally meaning a new job or a new opportunity to make money is coming your way. So, scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous, time to get to work. Because remember, pages are also messengers too. And pages are the ones that are very, very enthusiastic in court. Okay. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career, promotion, or scholarships, a new area of study. So just when we're feeling a little bit of the crunch, we're feeling a little bit of the money crunch, something comes along and kind of lifts our spirits and gives us a new direction. Okay, so next card is the Queen of Air. Okay, now the Queen of Air in itself, underlying energy is water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, air again, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Queens are very loving and caring, but they do have different outlooks in many ways. So this is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Air. You can see the beautiful butterfly. So there's been some transformation going on. You know, the colors, the blue, purple, violet, lavender, whatever you want to say. There's a very strong spring energy around with her. She actually is enjoying, you know, she looks like she's enjoying the little butterflies that are around her that has landed on her sword. So we've got some, you know, maybe something as spring is coming. There is spring coming to the Queen also. We can see. We have the Queen is brilliant, experienced, humorous, judgmental. Did I take these from? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I took these from the wrong cards. Oh, my goodness. But we'll still do them. Brilliant, experienced, humorous, judgmental. Releasing situations or people. Again, we have that letting go. Letting go that no longer serve you. So we have letting go, letting go, letting go. So got to let go that no longer serve you. Seeing the humor in difficult situations. Focusing on career, divorced or unmarried individuals. There's a letting go energy with the Queen. Letting go, but not in an emotional way, in a more cerebral outlook. Now I'm going to use my my fairy cards. Oh, we will that. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, let's see. I couldn't believe that I did that. I'm like, these aren't my, where are my fairies? Where are my fairies? Here we go. Higher power. What else do you want to say? What else do you want to say to your people out there? Let's see. Here we go. All right, so that's that 5 energy that I was talking about, the Hierophant. We call this unity. So there's change coming, change. Got to let go of the past. Got to enter into a new future. We are in a time of a new future. Unity says do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. Now there is a whole bunch of people that talk about 3D, 4D, 5D. 3D wants the old ways to stay in place. And I'm not talking about the really old ways. I'm not talking about the, the ways in the way past, the mystical ways. They don't want necessarily change to happen. They're like, I'm okay with where I'm at. And a lot of people will say that's more the 3D mentality. And then there are the 4D that is ready to make some changes. They see a big spiritual transformation happening, and they're ready to grab onto that. 5D, now there's a little bit of a conflict with 5D because 5D basically is an extreme spiritual connection or an extreme spiritual ascension. And generally what I understand about 5D is we don't have the body. Okay, so there might be, so there's a lot of people that want to stay in the 3D. They don't like the changes and they don't want the changes, and maybe they'd rather stay miserable and where they're at. And then there are others that are, that are ascending or elevating. And I think we're all feeling that. Okay. So anyway, please do me the favor, please and the blessing, if you would go down to like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. You help me doing that, so thank you. As always though, always remember, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.